I had a couple of extra tent stakes just in case something happened. I've used these tent stakes before. A lot of the times in my normal camp gear, I use the smaller aluminum tent stakes. I've hit these things sometimes, and I've ended up like folding them over and stuff. And a few times that I have used them, you know, I wanted to bring extras just in case something happened. So that's what I did. And this knife also had an extra cell needle I had laying around, duct tape to the back of it, just in case I lost the entire thing somehow. It was ready, set, and go. I didn't want the lack of equipment or gear to be the thing that was my demise during this course, right? Next thing, hygiene kit, okay? This is a small bag made by GOX. This is what I carry my normal camp gear in, or my normal hygiene gear in from my normal camp setup. During my course, I just carried it in a Ziploc bag because, you know, it's just lightweight stuff. Open this up. In here, I have some wet wipes in the bottom, along with a regular non-electric toothbrush. Okay, I jammed that in the back of my mouth, see about how far I can reach and what my limit is, and that point there is where I decided to cut it off. Same toothbrush I use in my regular camp stuff. Also, small thing of toothpaste, chapstick, two plackers or a short length of dental floss. Okay, if you guys are chewing on some Jack Links, beef jerky, or whatever, you don't want to be chewing on beef jerky the first day at 12 o'clock and then have a big chunk of beef jerky stuck between your teeth for the next 2 days, okay? Bring something to get that out with. And also, Listerine. I love Listerine, I enjoy it. So I carry it in one of these small test tubes. It's a 50 milliliter test tube. About 5 milliliters per teeth brush is about what I use, 10 milliliters daily. If you don't have those things come in like a 25 pack off Amazon, if you don't have those, just get one of these small Listerine bottles from the travel section at your grocery store or Walmart or whatever, and just halfway, don't carry the whole thing, just fill it up about halfway, pour half of it out, and that'll be enough for your 2.5 days there at that course. There's no point in carrying more liquid than you really need. If you have glasses like I do, maybe throw in maybe 2 or 3 lens wipes just to keep your glasses clean, because it's going to be nice to have clear vision throughout this entire course. And if you don't, then don't worry about it, okay? Sorry, I'm sort of on a hill right here. The bag that I chose to bring was the Pathfinder Scout bag. Let me pan you down here and you can see a little bit better on what I'm looking at. Okay, that's a little bit better. This outside pocket here stayed empty, except for the only thing I carried in here was my hygiene kit, just so I could have easy access to it, okay? On the right side here, I've got a canteen cup, or a bottle cup, and a bottle for my duct tape. I've just got a really simple soft shackle holding my duct tape on, so it's on the outside of the pack. If I were to get some blisters or something like that, I wanted to have easy access to it, or for whatever other projects that I needed. This is the bag I use for all of my regular camp stuff. So I've got a glow-in-the-dark tape on a lot of the webbing, and also on 4 points on the back panel here, just so I can easily identify my bag as my bag. On this side here, I just have my gloves attached, but obviously during my my class, I just had my gloves attached to my person on my belt loop, okay? Right here, this is one of the Rough Enough pouches off of Amazon. I never carried anything in here. On this one here, this is where I kept my headlamp handy. The headlamp I went with was the Petzl Tika. It's one of their hybrid headlamps, so that instead of plugging the entire headlamp in and recharging it, or replacing 3 to 4 double or triple A batteries, it actually takes these rechargeable battery packs. You plug in a mini USB right here, you recharge the entire one pack, and then you just swap these out. I've got these wrapped up with glow-in-the-dark tape and then numbered 1 through 4 because I've got 4 of them. That way I can keep track of, okay, I'm on number 1, take it out, and I'm not putting in a dead battery into my headlamp and wasting that time, okay? I like that because instead of ending up with, you know, 18, 20 loose batteries or whatever it adds up to, I've just got the 1 through 3 or 1 through 4 or whatever during my camping trips. And also with that, I didn't have to carry a recharge brick, okay? But whatever headlamp you've got, just make it work. On the outer pocket of my Pathfinder Scout Pack, I kept a beanie, a black beanie, to help absorb a little bit more heat through the dark color. It's 100% wool. I think this is maybe off Amazon. And that way I can easily get to it and put it on or take it off depending on whether I'm moving or not, whether I need to conserve heat or let some heat go. Next thing is the millbank bag. I stored my millbank bag in a Ziploc bag, so that way whenever we got to the point that we were utilizing our millbank bag and we were done with it and it was soaking, sopping wet, I had a plastic bag to put it into and keep it sort of separated from the rest of my gear and keep it from getting everything else wet and saturated. Next thing on top was my mil-spec poncho. This is a Act Fire, just some cheap sort of Amazon thing. I kept my second big lighter in the bag for my poncho right here up top, okay? Fun thing about this Pathfinder Scout Pack, this lid will raise and lower depending on what you need, and you can store extra items underneath that lid, okay? Like for instance, your Z-fold mat, or if you've got your sleep system in a compression sack of some kind and you need to store it in there, that's a possibility on a way of doing things. Now, yesterday when I shot this video, I had 3 MREs stacked on top of here. It's completely easy to get your food stacked on top of all this in this Pathfinder Scout Pack. I know because I've been there and I've done it. Right here on top, this is the outside of the bag. The shoulder straps are over here on my side. I have my paracord here. I have my second shamog right here on top. Next thing, okay, was I opted for the oh, who makes this? Helicontex Swagman roll. I think Helicontex makes this. The Swagman roll is what I took instead of the wool blanket or a Whoopee sleeping bag, okay? Because this is more easily wearable, okay? If you guys are not opting to take a jacket or something, depending on your weather, and you do decide to get cold, take full advantage of the blanket or Swagman roll that you take with you. If you're sitting there in a classroom environment, take it out, put it on, and get warm, okay? You bought the gear, utilize it. You're not gonna look like a goofy idiot sitting there wearing your Whoopee being warm while everybody else is shaking and shivering, all right? Next, let me see if I can fold this down. You guys can get a little bit better advantage of this. See, just a little bit better. Right here up against the back is where I slid down my two 6mm contractor bags, 1 and 2. Furthest away from that was my Pathfinder survival blanket, okay? I have my 6 yellow ABS tent stakes in here. You know, you can use black or yellow or whatever color you find as long as it's ABS tent stakes. I slid those into this pouch because that is part of your shelter system. So that's the way I stored those. My number 36 bank line was the next thing rolled down in there. I showed you the thin ankle merino wool socks that I brought for regular day use while we were out walking or doing things. The second pair of socks that you were allowed to bring, I opted for a pair of thick merino wool sleeping socks, okay? 100% merino Carhartt wool socks. If you're sitting in your classroom environment, okay, you're allowed to bring a pair of leather gloves, okay, which is nice to have. If you're in a winter classroom and you need, if your basic class or whatever class is during the winter and you need a little more insulative value on your hands, okay, as long as it's not pouring down rain, because obviously you don't want to get your socks, your sleeping socks wet, you can put these wool socks on your hands and use them as mittens to give yourself a little bit of insulative value, okay? Once again, that's nothing that I've learned, you know, from that basic survival class. That's just me thinking and my gears turning on how to maximize the use of your gear and equipment, okay? So, if you're sitting there in a classroom, in the outdoor classroom, and or you're out walking around and it's not pouring down rain, your hands are a little cold, you should be able to use your wool socks as mittens and still be able to take notes and things like that, okay? Next thing is the 100% orange shirt. That's shoved down there in the bottom. And the last thing is the Self-Reliance Outfitters bivy. From factory, this thing has kind of like a 3/4 or a 1/3 zip, 1/3 zipper or something like that. So it kind of comes down to about your hip or something like that. I ordered an adhesive zipper off of Amazon, and I stuck it to the bivy and I gorilla taped it on. So now I have a full-length zipper on that Pathfinder bivy, just because it's a little bit easier to get in and out of, especially when you're in a smaller shelter like with the Mylar blanket shelter. Last thing I've got in here is the Z-fold mat. I went with the Nemo mat, okay? You can see it's all beat up and everything. So if you guys are sitting in the outdoor classroom and you're sitting on those plastic benches and it's colder weather, warmer weather, you don't have to worry about it. Colder weather, those benches get kind of cold and you're getting that that cold seeping through your body and everything. So you can take out your sleeping pad and fold it in half like this and use that as a butt cushion, and you can insulate yourself from that cold plastic bench and keep yourself a little bit warmer in that way, okay? So from what I've seen in my class, I was the only one that did that. Everybody else, you know, do their own thing, whatever, but that's what I did, and I stayed a lot warmer, I feel like, than the other people did. So with that being said, you guys can see how small, sort of medium size pack this Pathfinder Scout bag is, okay? And all my food for the 3 days, all that stuff fit in here when I was, you know, heading up that way. What cat? What cat? I'm trying to shoot a video here. So all my food for those 2.5 days or whatever fit in this bag perfectly fine, okay? If you guys are showing up with, you know, a huge, you know, 7-day backpack and you've got molly pouches hanging off all over the place, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're screwing up, okay? There's the size of your bag, I'm gonna suggest, should fit within the frame of your body, okay? If pouches and stuff are hanging off the side of your bag, and if you can look in a mirror and see parts of your bag hanging off the side of your back, then you need to rethink about what you're doing, okay? That's gonna be my suggestion to you, okay? There's no reason that you can't fit everything in the packing list in a medium-sized bag like this Pathfinder Scout bag or whatever bag you may have available to you, okay? So, is food, okay? You pretty much got two different choices. You can either do MREs or you can do some type of, some brand of dehydrated meal, which is gonna involve boiling water and heating water and then waiting a period of time to, for that to rehydrate, okay? There's also some type of sandwich that somebody makes. Maybe somebody can comment that in the comments section, because I'm sure they know. I've never had them before. Or you can get an assortment of snacks and carry those snacks throughout the entire course and just snack as you go, okay? I'm gonna show you what I did for my Pathfinder Basic Survival class, okay? I took MREs, figure out which one, you know, the entree that you enjoy, okay? Open that sucker up, okay? If you've never had these before, and I'm not a military guy, okay, I don't have a military background, I haven't ever had to eat these for a long period of time, but some of the entrees are actually not that bad. Lots of sodium, but they're not that bad, okay? A lot of the extra crap that comes with them isn't ideal, but the great thing is you can take things out and you can put things in, okay, which is what I'm about to show you that I did, okay? You get this sort of little accessory pack, okay, and sometimes these things have hot sauce and coffee and creamer and sugar and things like that, okay? The toilet paper that these things come with, the toilet paper is not it's not Angel Soft, okay? It's not great toilet paper. Take that, throw it in the trash, okay? Moist towelette, I didn't bring that. The iodized salt packets, I didn't bring that. MREs have enough sodium in them. If you have coffee in your MRE, it's gonna be in this pack, but not every MRE comes with coffee and sugar and creamer. So you need to check that out before you just throw in a whole pack, okay? Like if you're wanting coffee, okay? Beverage-based cranberry grape, sometimes instead of coffee, it'll come with a drink mix, okay? That as well, I threw that out, okay? Whole pack, trashed. It also came with gum, but I don't know where the gum is because, you know, I had opened it. Next thing, okay? the rest of the contents, okay? The peanut butter's okay, but I think it's a little runny, okay? The spoon, I'm gonna keep the spoon, okay? The strawberry jam, I'm getting rid of the strawberry jam. Milk chocolate cocoa beverage powder, make up your own mind. I think I'm gonna leave that out. The heater, you definitely want to keep that heater. You want to keep this piece of cardboard. You can get around it if you don't want to carry it, but you know, just if you want to take it, just take it. Cranberries, a lot of these MREs come with cranberries or raisins. I like them, you know, they're okay, but not really something I want to carry the weight of. This is going to be the entree right here in this pouch. It's spaghetti with beef and sauce, so we're going to keep that. A lot of these little extra items are crap and they taste terrible. Frosted brown sugar cinnamon toaster pastry. I've never had it, but I could probably guarantee you it tastes like crap. Multi-grain snack bread. I've had it. It tastes like crap. This bag is tough and robust. If you want to reuse this bag, put all of your contents back in it, fold it over, and put a piece of Gorilla duct tape across it just to seal it up, okay? If not, a little bit easier to get into, okay, because these pouches are resealable, but that reseal is just like a piece of adhesive and it's not really that great, okay? What I did was I took and put my contents in I think it's a 1 gallon Ziploc bag. So I'm gonna take my spoon, my heater, my cardboard, and my entree, and I'm gonna pop that into my 1 gallon Ziploc bag, okay? In conjunction with that, I may want some snacks, right? So I go to the Dollar General store and I get some trail mix, okay? I'll throw that in there. I did about 3 snacks per day, okay? 2 would have been sufficient for me, but 3 is good. Beef steak and steak bites. Those were 2 of my main staples. I also threw in a pack of Jif to go peanut butter, as well as 2 the Justin's dark chocolate peanut butter cups. I love these things. Bring something, a snack that you enjoy and you're gonna like. Okay, if you don't absolutely love frosted brown sugar cinnamon toaster pastry, don't bring it, okay? Throw that crap away. If instead of one of those single serve packs of beef jerky or whatever, if you happen to have a large pack like this, divide it up into a small Ziploc bag, a day or 2 before the course, and put that into your bag if it's a flavor that you just love or a brand you enjoy, okay? That's the thing to do with that. Also, another option that I took, like I might have took out one of the things of trail mix and put in one of those That's It bars, which is kind of like an adult fruit roll-up kind of. Those are pretty good. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. The accessory pack that the MREs come with, I created my own, okay? What do I have in here? Well, let's see. It's just a small, I guess like a pint, maybe, Ziploc bag. In here, this is where I stored my lens cleaning wipes, a small amount of toilet paper just for blowing the nose or whatever, okay? I did use the MRE coffee. I did take the moist towelette, actually. I didn't use them though, so maybe you could stand without taking them. Moist towelette, I did use the coffee from the MRE. I did use the creamer from the MREs. It actually makes an okay cup of coffee. I did take out their their fake sugar, whatever they got in there, and I put in 2 packets of real cane sugar because that's what I enjoy. I also did the liquid IV, 1 pack of liquid IV drink mix for electrolytes, and also brought in gummy shot, the caffeine energy gummies, so I could have a cup of coffee in the morning, but just, you know, in case training went into the night or whatever, I had a little bit of something to keep me going, okay? So I put all of that in here, and then one of these, of whatever material you choose to bring, goes into your food pack, okay? And now you've got a modern civilian MRE set up just for you and your taste buds and your taste profiles and what you enjoy, okay? And you can put whatever in here that you want. It just makes it to where you've got a meal that's ready to go for you. And then as far as breakfast, you know, I packed that first night. I packed my stuff up. I got up, you know, pretty early and packed my stuff up, and I got down there to the fire, the communal fire, heated up some water, made a cup of coffee real quick, and the thing that I chose to bring for breakfast is I had my girl bake me some pumpkin bread, some homemade pumpkin bread. So I had 2 slices of pumpkin bread and a cup of coffee for breakfast, as Andrew was talking and we were going over whatever we were going over for that class, and it was good. So, you know, don't be afraid to you know, have somebody make you something special. You know, like your gear isn't really that heavy. You know, like when you pack your food and your water and gear and everything, you know, you should be somewhere between 30 and 34, 35 pounds, something like that. If you're any more than that, like you're messing up somewhere. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, if you purchase your paracord, okay, and it comes in a bag like this or wrapped up with a piece of you know, like packaging tape or whatever, don't be the guy. First of all, don't be the guy that shows up with all brand new stuff and you know, like, you're gonna have to take this packaging off and figure out a place to throw it away and all that stuff. Like, at least take it out of the bag, okay? You're gonna save yourself a lot more save yourself a lot of trouble taking all your new stuff out of the packaging, okay? And then it's just more weight that you got to carry, right? And you know, if it comes in with something like this, okay, everybody's seen, you know, everybody knows how to hank up a section of paracord, right? Okay, when they throw this in the bag from the factory, they don't do that, okay? So if you just pull this out and pull it apart, you know, like, and I've done a lot of them like this myself, but you start pulling it out and all of a sudden it gets tangled up somewhere, and now you've got a big, you know, spaghetti knot. So, you know, do yourself a favor, sort out all the knots in your paracord cordage at first, before you get there, and at least, like, you know, don't make a pre-made ridge line, obviously, because they're gonna tell you how they want you to do that at the course. But at least get it to where that you can pull that cordage out as you need it, and it's not going to tangle up on you, okay? You'll save yourself a whole lot of time for you and for them, okay? Because if they've got to wait on you to figure out where all the knots are in your paracord, then it just wastes more time, okay? So those are sort of my suggestions for you. Thank you guys. I appreciate your time, your views, any comments you might have on here. Once again, you know, none of the information that I'm sharing with you here is Pathfinder curriculum specific. There's no tips, tricks, or secrets that I'm giving away here. I'm just trying to show you what I brought as far as gear and selection and why I took it, as well as my food selection to help give you guys some better ideas on maybe what to choose for food and some ideas on that. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time.